I'm so happy to have you here today because today we start a journey to try to find the very best wireless microphone system. And for you that has been on my channel for a long time, you know that I've been using the DJI Mic for over a year, and I really like the DJI Mic, but there are some things that I don't like so much. The first thing is that it's all touch screen, which means that if I do things, I move the camera or I accidentally just touch the touch screen, I can easily reset settings, and I also have actually formatted one of the recorders one time. The thing that only have touchscreen, that is a little bit of a bummer. What I'm looking for, I would like to have the easiest and best wireless microphone system that I can find. So it's just to set up, I know that it's working. So now it's time to see if we can find something that is better than a DJI Mic. And the first one we're gonna try, that is this Hollyland Lark Max. They did send me this one as a review unit so I can see if I like it or not. And it looks almost the same as a DJI Mic. It's slightly bigger, and I've been using this Lark Max for about 2 weeks now, and I can reveal that I have a favorite of these two. And that's the journey I would like to bring you on to right now, so you know which one that fits your needs best when it's time for you to buy your wireless microphone system. And if you have the DJI Mic, would it be worth it to upgrade, or should you stay with it? When you open the lid, they're both going to start up. On the Lark Max, you can see that we have some more information. We have the date and time. On the DJI Mic, we only have how much recording time we have left, and we have an illustration that shows how much battery we have. On the Lark Max, we actually have percentage how much battery is left, and we have the percentage of the charging case up to the right here. And one thing that I appreciate with the Lark Max is that we have touchscreen, the same way as we have on the DJI Mic, but it doesn't work when you're on the home screen. You actually need to press this menu button, this physical button, to get into the menu, and then you can use the touch screen to adjust things. And if you touch this on screen touch button here where you see the white circle, then you access the menu where you have speed settings for the transmitters. Both of them have a little magnet attached here at the back, this one, so you can attach it at the inside of your shirt or something. It's the same on the DJI Mic. On the Lark Max, this entire piece at the top here is the microphone compared to this little tiny one on the DJI Mic. Another big difference is that on the DJI Mic, we have this little hot shoe, cold shoe adapter that slides in like this. And the problem is that sometimes this one tends to slide out by itself when it's mounted on the camera. Another thing is that if you're going to connect this DJI Mic to an iPhone, for example, or some other unit, you have to slide in this little adapter here at the top, and now you can plug it into, for example, your phone. Like this. On the Lark Max instead, this thing is stuck here. That one doesn't go anywhere. And instead of this thing that you slide in to attach it to your phone or computer, you actually have the cords that it comes with. It works a little bit better than this sliding connector. Both the Lark Max and the DJI Mic have really big clamps, so it's no problem to attach them anywhere. Some things that I appreciate with the Lark Max is that you have a diode here that indicates if you have the noise cancelling feature turned on or off, because that is something that you have in the Lark Max that you don't have in the DJI Mic. What we have on the Lark Max is that we have a record button here, and just below that button we have a little diode, a little LED diode that indicates if the microphone is recording or not. On the other side, we have one button that turns on and turns off the noise cancelling feature, and if you turn it turns on for both of your microphones. If you turn it off turns off for both of your microphones. Then we have an on-off button. So I find the interface on the actual transmitters, the microphones, to be better designed on the Lark Max than it is on the DJI Mic. Now let's go into the specifications of the two microphone systems. And I won't test things like how far can I walk 250 meters or not, because I don't really care. Because when I use this one, I'm between this 1 meter away from the camera up to maybe 10 meters away from the camera. I will never walk 250 meters away. Hello, can you see me? Hey, because I'm invested in this microphone that can reach 276 meters. Hello. All these wireless microphone systems have great wireless transmission, so there won't be any issues. The only thing is if you turn your back, you have the microphone here and you have your entire body between you and the receiver, then you can have issues when you are far away from the camera, but who will ever be that? That is just a technical thing that people like to test. and it doesn't make any real sense. Both these wireless microphone systems has internal memory of 8 GB. You don't really have to have perfect transmission. You can send those recorders to the moon and back and it's still gonna work, so who cares about those 250 meters? Another thing to remember is that the cameras often only support 16 bits of audio when it's recorded via plugged in. On board on these microphone systems you have 24 bits. That means that you have a wider dynamic range and you would technically get a better audio if you download the audio from the receivers instead. What I miss with both these wireless microphone systems is that none of them have 32 bits float though. They are both about the same weight. If we look at the transmitters, the recorders first, they're both about 30 grams. The DJI Mic is 30, Hollyland Lark Max is 33, so it's just slightly heavier. I don't notice any difference. However, the size is a little bit bigger. And as you can see, it's pretty shiny with the Hollyland here. So what I'm gonna do if I decide to use these ones, that is that I should take a black marker and then just mark this text out. The DJI Mic is pretty hard. This one is soft, so it should also make it easy to get the paint from a marker to stick. They both have the same size of the internal battery. It's 320 mAh versus 300. However, it is a difference how long those batteries last. On the DJI Mic, it lasts for about 5.5 hours. On the Hollyland Lark Max, you have battery for 7.5 hours. So that is a big difference that you need to keep in mind. As I said, the internal recording is 8 GB on both, which gives about 17 hours of recording time. And both works the same, that you have a 30-minute recording or longer. It's going to be split up into a new file, so just keep that in mind. When you have run out of space, it's just going to start overwrite the oldest recording you have. When they do run out of battery, it's interesting to know how long time it takes to recharge them. The DJI Mic takes about 1 hour and 10 minutes, whereas the Hollyland Lark Max says that it takes less than 2 hours. But remember that this one is going to last so much longer, so it's not that urgent to recharge them all the time. They both record in 3 different record settings, so it's mono, you have stereo, so you record one of them on the right channel, the other one on the left channel, and you have safety track. And the safety track makes it possible that if you do clip the audio, you can just use that track that is saved on one of the right or left channels and use that audio instead and still have great audio. The Hollyland Lark Max actually have the noise cancelling feature, and we're really going to put that to test later in this video to see how well that works. And if that works, it will be great, because then you don't need to work on that in post, because I would like to get the videos done as quick as possible, and the editing process do take a long time. So if I don't need to reduce any background noise, and if that feature actually works, I will be so happy. So the next thing to compare, that is the receiver. The DJI Mic is a lot smaller than the Hollyland Lark Max. But remember that it's just mounted on top of your camera, so for me it doesn't really matter so much. The DJI Mic weighs about 25 grams and the Hollyland weighs about 60, so it's twice as heavy. When it comes to the battery internal, this DJI Mic has 320 mAh and the Hollyland Lark Max has 490 Ah. So the battery in the Hollyland Lark Max is a lot bigger than the DJI Mic, and that's maybe why it is bigger in size as well. That's pretty obvious then when it comes to operating time. The DJI Mic can run for about 5 hours. The Hollyland Lark Max will last for about 9 hours. And when it comes to recharging time, this one is set to about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and this one is set to less than 2 hours. Now let's take a look at the case itself. The case from DJI Mic is also slightly smaller. It weighs about the same. This one is a little bit heavier. This case weighs 162 grams. This one weighs 193 grams. And the total weight with the microphones and transmitters inside, this one weighs 259 grams and this one weighs 331 grams. The internal batteries, however, this internal battery on the DJI Mic is 2,600 mAh and this one is 2,800 mAh. So the total operating time on the DJI Mic system is about 15 hours. The Hollyland Lark Max tops up at 22 hours, and that makes a big difference because it has happened that I forgot to recharge this case overnight, and then when you end up in the morning, it's like, oh, it's less than half, that's not good. And then you have to try to find chargers. This one will last you for at least 2 or 3 days of shooting. So now it's time to actually test these microphones and see how well they work. So let's start to attach this one. I'm going to take this little magnet clip here. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to put the magnet on the back side. But what we're also going to do is, because we're outside, we're going to attach one of these wind muffs, because they should always be attached when you are outside. And for the Hollyland Lark Max, it looks like this. It's a lot bigger. You're going to see on the inside here, there are two small knobs here. And those are going to be attached into those holes here. So you just need to look that you're attaching it the right way. And then just put it on here. So it's not attached as strong. If you really pull this one, it's going to come off. So now we can switch to that microphone to see how that sounds. Then we also got these little lavalier microphone that they sent me as well. This is honestly one of the biggest lavalier microphones I have ever seen. It's about twice the size of the Rode lavalier microphones that I usually use. So let's see if that one works well. I'm going to put on that dead cat, that little furry as well. Then I'm going to attach this one next to the other one so we can see how well that lavalier microphone works. And then we're going to attach that one to the other wireless microphone, and now we can see that the recording is on here as well, and we can compare that how it sounds now, and then I'm just going to plug it in and we get that audio from the lavalier microphone instead. And now we're also going to attach this receiver on the camera. I'm going to show you how easy that is. It's the same way as we have with DJI Mic. We're just going to detach this microphone. Going to attach this one at the top here, and then we're just going to take this little cord that we're going to attach here, plug in there, here in the camera out, and then we plug it in here in the audio in. So the last one, that is to attach this one from DJI Mic. And now it's again, should you swipe up or should you swipe down, or what the heck is going on? It's just a little bit complicated that I don't really like. Here we have brightness. So brightness, this is one thing that I appreciate with the DJI Mic. You can turn off the LEDs here. So usually what I do is that I have them turned on so I can see that everything is working, and then I turn it off if the microphone is going to be visible somewhere. You can't do that on a Lark Max. You can only have it bright or dim. One other thing that I really like with the DJI Mic is that you have a vibrator inside these transmitters. You don't have that on the Hollyland Lark Max. It's just so nice to, when you take it out of the case, it's vibrating, I know that it's working, so you don't really need to look at things. The furry on the DJI Mic, that one is a twist lock feature. So you have to look here that the knobs are correctly, and then you align it, and then you put it on, and then you twist it. And now it's super attached. So the furry is a lot better attached on the DJI Mic compared to the Hollyland Lark Max. And now we're going to put that one here. So with all these three microphones attached, it's time to do the audio test. And sometimes things just don't happen the way you intended to, because this is actually the 5th time I'm going to try to record this comparison, because every single time I've been trying this, the DJI Mic has not been recording internally, even though that little red diode has been turned on and it's been lit up and it's indicating that it's recording, but when I'm going to dump the file off of it, nothing is recorded. So now we're going to try it again. And I was discovering that here in the car, so I thought that this could be a good place to start this comparison as well, because now we're going to turn on the car. And now we have all these sound from the motor, from the fan, from everything. And now we can compare these three microphones and see how it sounds whenever I'm talking at the same time as all these background noise is on. And now we're going to be quiet for a second. And now while I'm quiet, I'm going to turn on the noise cancelling feature of the Hollyland Lark Max. And I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. And how did that work? Is it filtering away all this background noise, this constant noise that is in the background when we are in the car? Now we're going to take this to the next place so you can really see which one of these three microphones that is your favorite and which one that is recording the best audio. So see you in the next place. So now I'm in my bedroom, and the reason why I'm in the bedroom is because the bedroom is usually the very most quiet room you have at home, because of all the garments and blankets and everything. It just absorbs all the reverb and echoes. So now we're going to compare how this microphone sounds when we don't have any background noises, and especially when we're going to turn on the noise cancelling feature, if the microphone is actually doing any bad things to the audio when it doesn't have any noises that it needs to cancel out. And now if we're going to try to turn on the noise cancelling feature, we can see that this is flashing blue. The reason for that is that the receiver is not attached, is not turned on, and it needs to synchronize the noise cancelling feature via the receiver, so it needs to be turned on to be able to turn on the noise cancelling feature. I also would like to show you how I attached this microphone this time, because when you buy the Hollyland Lark Max, you actually get this really handy necklace as well. And this necklace makes it possible, it's really adjustable. You can make it really, really long and then a little bit shorter. And what this one it enables you to do is you can actually carry the microphone even without the shirt. So you just attach it like this. Here's the magnet, the big piece, here is flat, just attach it here, and now you can carry it like this. And you can also have it behind the shirt, so you don't need to lose all of those small tiny magnets, because honestly, I've already lost 3 of them. And this necklace just removes that issue. So now the noise cancelling feature is turned off, and if we press it again and we turn it on, does it do anything bad to the audio? Or can we leave the noise cancelling feature turned on and we know that we're going to get good audio even if there is no noises that has to be cancelled out? Now it's time to go to the next place. So now let's do a real echo challenge. Now we are in this garage and we can hear how it's really echoing here. And now I'm going to turn on the noise cancelling feature of the Hollyland Lark Max so we can see how that sounds. We're going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. And now the noise cancelling feature is turned on. And the question is it improving the echo that we have in here compared to the DJI Mic that we have on the other side here? And now we're going to turn the noise cancelling feature off, and then we're going to see how that affects the audio when I'm talking. Now let's go to the last place. For this last one, I'm just going to stand here next to the traffic, and now I can see that the noise cancelling feature is turned on because it's green. And if I'm now going to turn it off, I press the button now, and now the noise cancelling feature is turned off, and we can see how much sound we get from the environment. And now if I'm going to turn it on again, now the noise cancelling feature is turned on. So what microphone system is your favorite? Because I know that the Hollyland Lark Max is actually my new favorite because of the features we have gone through. And the next thing we're going to do, that is to see each other in that video, because I love to see more videos, as you know. See you in that one. Over and out from Sweden. Bye.